Welcome to this video, and today I will show you how you could anticipate this move in NVIDIA stock this morning, and you don't even have to trade with charts. All you need is something like that, what that is and how you can do that, and how I actually closed this winning trade in 2.5 minutes and was done for the day. All of that in this video. Also, I will have another stock. This will be this stock. As you can see, also huge run that we will discuss and how to anticipate that. If you don't know me, my name is Danny, and I actually put all my life savings into Tesla stock about 2017. This was absolutely ridiculous and crazy. Tesla was a $20 billion company, and now it's almost a $1 trillion company, or was a $1 trillion company. So that worked out quite nicely for me. If you go into my old videos, you will see that that's how I grow on this YouTube channel. Meanwhile, I day trade for a living, and today I will show you everything, like how you can really make a lot of money without looking into the charts at all. Okay, so it's really worth to stay tuned. Okay, so the holy grail about investing and day trading is actually you anticipate moves up or down, right? So that's all it matters. So how to do that is actually, most stocks are reacting on news or events like earnings, breaking news, some announcements, all of these things, right? But also there's, let's say, kind of different news that you look for a little bit in between. They're not so much in the mainstream media and so on. I will show you a mix of both today, because you have seen maybe today that NVIDIA absolutely, rocketed from, we started here at 136 and went up to 139.50. So a $3 move. This is big, guys. Okay, and in the option world, and we trade only US stock market option, this is a big move. And the question is how to anticipate that, right? When to enter, when to exit, like all of that we will discuss first. So what made this move going up, right? This is the number one question. So when I look into the stock market before the stock market even open as my kind of preparation, I watch news. I ask the AIs what are the recent news on stocks and so on. And then I filter like which stocks I know how to trade and which stocks I would love to trade. I skip all of the small stocks, right? I skip all of penny stocks. I love to trade very high volume, because later on when your account grow and you put $50,000 in a trade, this is also working for you trading NVIDIA or Tesla or Apple, the big stuff, right? And I believe that you should also focus on some of the big things to make sure that you are essentially knowing how the certain stocks moving, right? So this morning there was actually a couple of things that let NVIDIA explode, right? So first of all, there was a Goldman & Sachs target price increase. As you know, big investment banks are increasing their targets on certain stocks every now and then. On daily, there's like 20 upgrades and downgrades. So this morning we had the NVIDIA upgrade to 150 US dollars. Then you had another upgrade from Citibank, also a big bank. And when a big bank like that is upgrading, then you want to, the market is listening, right? So Goldman and Citibank both are big banks that upgraded. And then you can see there's a lot of details that I don't go in right now. And then a third thing was happening, and this was a kind of analyst, comment or report that was out there, and Wells Fargo, also one of the big banks in the US, said on NVIDIA that they saw prices for the new generation server racks, and they are very much increased. So with the increased demand, but also if they increase the price, obviously this brings better margins, more profits, it's more sustainable, it's beautiful for a company, right? So those are the hard facts this morning. How you can find them? You just, let's say, have a watch list of 10 stocks that you trade, NVIDIA, Tesla, Apple, all of those, and then you essentially put it into Grok and then you asked Grok like, what are the news on NVIDIA or Tesla this morning, right? So to just to show it to you how I do it. So, what are the news on NVIDIA this morning, right? And then usually I use Grok because Grok also shows me a couple of Twitters, or tweets, and essentially there is a lot of value into that. So, sometimes Grok stays a little bit of vague, yeah, right? Like very, very, kind of, how to say, general, right? So you need to like stay behind it, right? So, what I do is then, for example, were there any upgrades for NVIDIA this morning, right? A new question. And then you will see it should show us that there is some upgrades, right? Exactly. So here I can see like City is mentioning here. Then there is like commentary of Wells Fargo about the pricing, right? This is here, and then usually you get like kind of these tweets that you can browse through and then go deeper and deeper. So this is necessary to get all of this news and then react, because stocks are reacting on that. On the weekend, I love to watch good podcasts, and I saw this podcast by BG2 Pod. Okay, I think his name is Brett Gerstner. It's a very famous investor from Silicon Valley, is always on top of his game, and he actually interviewed Jensen Huang, who is the CEO, and there was a couple of, let's say, takeaways from this podcast where we essentially can see, okay, there is huge amount, moat in the company. Like moat means like huge advantage to the competition. For many, many years to come. There is essentially a lot of demand for the current products. And also one of the most fascinating things that he said was that they want to bring out a new system every single year. Okay, so they improve a little bit the chip, they improve a little bit the network, they improve a little bit the cabling, the structure, the nodes, all of this together, the whole infrastructure, and then the chip makes 5% more, the networking can gain 10% more, and then you have like 20, 30, 50 increase of performance every single year, and so they can sell it to their clients. So even Jensen says there's a huge emotional demand by the clients, that they say like, our clients want to be the first, they want to get 500,000 chips from us, or 10,000 servers, or whatever the number is, right? So this is very important in the race of the AI for Google, Microsoft, Meta, or Elon Musk, or Tesla, right, with his two companies, Tesla and XAI, and seeing that even the CEO says, hey guys, average down on your investments over the next years, means that you can expect this kind of crazy revenue over the next couple of years, which is, insane. And those are nice little pieces here that you all together. So you had like the two upgrades. So you had the comment on the pricing on the new product is higher than expected. And you had this interview where the CEO said demand is crazy. There's no reason why we cannot make 2 or 3 times the revenue that we are seeing right now and what we saw in the past. Just to give you an example, they had a revenue forecast for 2023, which was I think $20 billion. They made $60 billion. Okay, so something like this could happen every year. So crazy. Okay. Then I had the second company. I didn't invest it as of this morning, but I had it on my watch list because Coinbase, as you know, is always, kind of together what Bitcoin is doing, right? And Bitcoin just flew, on Monday. As you can see here, Sunday it already started here with like a crazy demand, and then now playing with like $66,000. And this kind of moves obviously help coin as well. But I was more convinced about NVIDIA because we had so much more news that I decided, okay, let's do one trade. And I feel like this is something that is crazy important, that so many traders out there doing too many trades. Just make one trade per day, have the trade of the day idea, and just stick with one thing that really, really works for you, right? So, you know, this is something that is really working well for us. And if you're considering why us, I have a trading group. If you are interested in, it's a whole different concept where essentially you don't have to do anything. We have like a software that we developed by our own called the Autopilot, and the Autopilot sends directly all the trades that we are doing to your portfolio. All automatically, it opens and closes the trade. So you know, here as of this morning, you can see we opened the trade of NVIDIA at 5:30 p.m. This is like Dubai time, which is 9:30 a.m. and 2 minutes later, almost 3 minutes later, we closed it for 2.6. Was a nice 35% gain. Here you can see I'm sharing all of this insight in my group before I'm doing the trade. Nice 35% gain right on this trade. So this is how we love to do it. We aim for like 15% per month on return of investment while only using 5% of your portfolio. So if you're interested, go into the link in the description. It's x10.com. Then you come to this website. We only can get 30 people on board every month because I'm personally, you know, there for every single member. Before you join, you need to make sure that you have at least $10,000 because that's like the threshold. And then, you know, you can set up a call, and then you will have a call with me, and then we will see if we can help you as well. But yeah, so this is the strategy, and why I'm trading without you know, charts is because you don't need the charts, right? So this is what I'm looking at essentially in the morning. I took a screenshot just to show you here how my watch list look like. This is much more interesting, right? Because you can see here, okay, NVIDIA essentially here is doing 2.7%, right? It's at like 138, let's say 139. And then you have the different kind of strike prices, right? So I took the next expiring calls on my watch list. And then essentially what I do is like, okay, I say, I usually take some around $1 to $2 or $3. So let's say we take this one, so 139 call for $2. That means that by end of this week, Friday, on the 18th of October, I would need to have the NVIDIA stock at 141. So, you know, once, because you can buy the NVIDIA stock for 139. And if it's then at 141, then your call option is worth exactly $2. So the $2 that you're paying here, right? So that's the break even. But if it's at, let's say, 150 at the end of the week or 145, you know, then your stock option would be valued here, let's say 145 to 139 would be $6, right? So you would triple your investment on this trade. This is how I look, and that's why I don't need charts, right? I know there's news that can pump the stock. I watch this the whole time and see what is expensive, what is realistic, right? I see how much, you know, NVIDIA moves in a day, and based on that, I make investment decisions. So I think you don't need charts. I think you don't need crazy knowledge about stock markets or the company itself that much as well. You should understand how the stock moves in general, like what is the volatility, how the options are priced, but you can make like, you know, I live from day trading, and, you know, you can be anywhere in the world. You can be, you know, at the beach the whole day. In the morning, I go to sport. If you know, if you want to follow me, you know, on Instagram, go on Instagram, X10 day trading, and then you will have my portfolio here. You know, I have 20 years of experience. We have over 471 members. And then you can see here a little bit in my life. I don't know why it's not Yeah, let me reload. I don't know why it's not loading the pictures, but you should smash that follow button here as well. I'm obviously also sharing all of the current kind of results of our group, of our autopilot. The autopilot's done for you, so if you're interested, and you can see here, even after initial drop, NVIDIA even gaining some steam here, and I think the option is way more priced even than I sold it for. I think the option should be somewhere around like $3 now, which is nice to see that not only you were right, but you could make much more. And then, consider that, let's say you have a $10,000 account and you put like, $500 per trade and you make 30%, that's like $200 or $150. Then your account goes higher and higher and higher. And, soon you will have like $1,000 to $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 days. And what do you really need more, right, for living? So make sure to subscribe, check out my Instagram, and schedule a call if you're interested in day trading for you. And thank you very much for watching, and see you soon.